The Ghanaian AfroDancehall Originator Stonebwoy talks about the genesis of BHIM Nation, BHIM Festival, and how he coined the term AFRO-DANCEHALL to propel it to become a genre which is being recognized in the whole of Africa and still making more entries in other parts of the world. In an interview with Madam Joyce, also talks about the major cause of the cancellation of Shatawale's Shatterfest Landing and Samini's Summerboat Party in the UK, while blaming management as the main reason why the show was cancelled. We got this and many more just coming your way. My name is DJ Success GH, the finest playboss. But if today is your first day here, make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notification, and also get social with us on all our social handle. Speaking to Madam Joyce during an interview, Stonebwoy has opened up about how he came up about the name BHIM, which is like a slogan, and later has developed to be a nation on its own, which has been a very big thing.
But let's talk about BHIMFEST.
Yes, sir.
Really excited. When I first saw this, I'm like, okay, you're celebrating your 11th year of BHIM Festival, and this is your first international show.
Right.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
For me, that is a Nigerian woman. What is BHIM? What does BHIM mean?
Yeah, man. BHIM actually goes back to that slogan. You know, like as a brand, I thought of it to have like a slogan. And just like you have ra, 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 you have boom, you know, all those ones I used to do BHIM in my songs. Right?
Okay.
And then it caught on to the extent where fans would see me and say, yo, BHIM, yo, BHIM. And so I realized that it's come to stay. And as a creative, I needed to give it some meaning.
Nice.
Because the people are already attached to it. Then I broke it down, I looked into my heart, and I went straight into my belief. I said, bless His Imperial Majesty, because, you know, I believe that the talent that I have, the life that I have, everything, I'm blessing God for that.
Now, as the conversation go on, he continues to talk about how he also came about the term BHIM, the annual concert, which has become a festival now, which is BHIMFEST, that has been celebrated every year in Ghana for 10 consecutive years without a break, without pausing. And now the 11 years taking it to the diaspora, which is UK, London. And this is what he has to say about that too.
Because His Imperial Majesty was like, I put a name to it. Then it grew into like, I needed to create an avenue for my kind of style and talent, you know. So we began doing my own shows after we got, you know, we started to get big in Ghana. Excuse me. We needed to create an avenue for my show, my style, and then use that avenue to also bridge the gaps between the Caribbean music and African music, you know, in terms of dancehall, reggae, coupling it up with the Afro beats, high life, and African music. So we created a platform and called it BHIM Concert. And then we did the first one, amongst which we brought Cranium to Ghana, all those ones, and we did huge concerts at the biggest capacities at that time. Then it grew up to the 10th year. You know, we brought all some of the very big reggae dancer, you know, artists because of my influences in Ghana. And this is the 11th year where we're taking it global. You feel me? Like bringing it to the rest of the world, and starting here in London at the OVO Arena on the 15th of August.
Yes, sir.
And it's the BHIMFEST, like the whole Ghana, I think the whole Africa is actually like poised up for this one, because we need as Ghanaians to actually represent, you know, our culture, our style,
Agreed.
even more out here in the diaspora.
100% agree. There are so many, there's so many Ghanaian people here. So I'm so happy for you to be here with us,
the BHIMFEST,
and create this moment.
Now, as the conversation continues, he talks about a whole lot of things, and also talks about how he coined his style of music as Afro-Dancehall, and keep doing it as a Ghana thing, pushing it as an individual until it has gotten the attention it deserves in the whole of Africa, and still finding its way to the global stage.
It's quite interesting that a Stonebwoy catalog includes high life all the way to reggae music.
Yeah.
And that's why, of course, the Afro-Dancehall, you know, genre that I coined, because I've had the influences from all these genres of music. And then when I had to represent myself as what do you do, the first time I got the question was here on BBC in 2010 or 11 in the UK. And I'm like, yeah, I do Afro-Dancehall. African music, Afro beats, everything Africa, plus the Caribbean influence, which is the dancehall reggae music. So Afro-Dancehall. Good thing reggae stands alone. So Afro-Dancehall. And we've been pushing it, and then it's been great. It's giving me a comfort place to sit in, so I am able to churn out any and everything that my creative scope can attract.
I love that.
So as far back as 2011, your mind has been grinding so hard, finding a place that he can fit into, because he's not doing one thing. He's been doing high life, dancehall, reggae, and all the vibes. So he has to actually put a name on it, and this is the push factor that led him to coin this particular general title, or called Afro-Dancehall. Moving forward, he talks about the major cause of the cancellation of Shatterfest London and Samini's Summer Boat Party, and he puts the major blame on management. He said, no, the artist has nothing to be blamed of, but management has to take all the fault in that era. But he makes some key points. He said these things are not something that the artists or the organizers will take any credit for. Somebody will say, when the thing happened, people were like, Shatta Wale is that big to the extent that he was not able to organize this thing. People overclouding the stuff, and he said, no, there's nothing good to celebrate in that part. When an artist hosts a show, the primary aim is to sell out the concert, give the people an experience that they will not forget, that they can remember. But if a thing of that caliber happen, it takes the attention of the attendees to something different. It gives them another mindset about the concert. So sometimes it affects, or most times it affects. So he didn't see anything good about that concert to celebrate.
You are literally, you've done festivals, you've done shows. There's been a couple of shows in the UK that have had issues.
Yes.
So we've had Ghana Party in the Park, Shatta Wale. There was an incident there, and we recently had a boat party 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That was, who was that?
Samini.
Yeah, that was Samini's. So we've had two Ghana-led shows that have been shut down. Where do you think? What do you think is going wrong here? What do you think that is not? What do you think that they could be doing better from your experience producing your shows and also starring?
Yeah, right. And honestly, there must be something wrong to get this type of results. You cannot be proud of this type of result, no matter how you look at it. You cannot be proud of it, because guess what? Primarily, you set out to do a show. Yeah. It is your will. It is your objective to have the show pull off. Give the fans good experience, and they're happy to come back for a next time. Yeah. So if it does not happen for natural circumstances, it's understandable. But if it does happen to a level where it breaches, statutory rules, or that's how I can state it, then it means that something was done wrong to break some rules. So what can be done is to make sure that production really looks at these things that cause the shows to be halted by safety and police, because of safety and police. I think one of the things that I picked that is similar to both shows was actually like
oversubscribing, too many people. For
the boat, I heard it was oversubscribed, so if everybody went on that boat, it was going to cause harm. Yeah. I'm saying from what I've heard, it's not like I've done any research or any intensive something. A gas explodes, and then there's only one exit, one small entry and all that, so it caused stampede and that. So there's nothing good to write home about in these instances, because I would have sent a tweet for the first happening and said, yes, I'm very sure that this is not what any promoter, any artist, any organization wants for themselves. So we can do better. I believe that we know better as Ghanaians, and so we should actually stay together and just choose the right thing over anything, because now this is the result of this is showing our results, and it's not a good representation for us, and all of us are involved. This is nothing for anybody to be happy about, neither is it a thing for anybody to be proud about.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, this is what Stonebwoy had to say about what BHIM Nation meant to him, how he came up with BHIM Nation, how he came up with Afro-Dancehall, how he came up about BHIMFEST landing and all these things. Also talks about the major cause of Shatta Wale's Shatterfest cancellation and Summer Boat Party cancellation. He puts the main blame on the organizers and also signal the artists that no, there's nothing to celebrate about this. To him, this kind of things are lost. It's not something he should ride home with joy or whatever. So this is all he has to say about everything. What do you make out of all this that Stonebwoy has said so far? Don't forget, you're still live on Agyenyamestudios. My name is DJ Success GH, the finest playboss, and this is the Dagistbox. Watch other videos on this channel. On this note, yeah.